I'm super curious about this creative sprint process.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. So how do you structure these? Like, is it every week?
Yeah.
What goes down?
Every week, there's 3 touch points throughout the week. So the marketing and content team get together every Monday afternoon. Every Monday afternoon, the big caveat here is they have to be fun, creative meetings, right? Like, yeah, there's numbers involved in data to analyze, but you want people to have that their creative juices flowing, their creative brains humming. And that Monday afternoon, they're an hour, sometimes they go an hour and a half, right? Like we come to that meeting together. Everyone comes prepared with their ideas that they want to maybe make into an ad. And the sources for those ideas come from Calidata, come from analyzing ads library, come from analyzing our own ads, our own reviews, or whatever it might be, to come up with your own idea that you think could work, right? And no idea is a bad idea, right? It's always a guessing game on Meta and stuff like that.
Of course.
People come with their ideas. They fill out a sheet on Google Slides. So each concept, which is why the first meeting is called a content sprint, each content concept has its own slide. And on there, you put the link to your inspiration if there's one. You put like the script, the body, like why you think it will work. Like if there's metrics behind it, what are the metrics that stood out for you, whether it went viral, whether there was a lot of engagement, whatever it might be, you kind of build it out. So it's not just a generic idea of like, oh, I saw something, let's build it. Like you took the time to actually understand why that content could work for our brand. You fill that out. Everyone on our team kind of builds usually between 3. Some people go really deep into it if they have like less work the last week or whatever it might be, or they're just creative juices are flowing. They might come with 12 ideas, right? And like we take all those ideas. People, when it's your turn to then present your idea, you get the show, right? It's your time to pitch to the team why you think this content concept might be a winner for our team. And you share like the reason you thought it worked well for that brand or for that competitor or internally for us and what you want to change or what you want to incorporate to make it into our own version. We do that on a content sprint. Our content team then leaves that meeting knowing what footage they need to film for that week, right? We meet a day or 2 days later for an ad sprint. The ad sprint is an hour long now. And what we do now is the content that we discussed the day or 2 days prior, what content do we have filmed now that we can turn into ads? And sometimes that content on Monday, it might be delayed because we need to go get a UGC creator. We might need to do more of a formal recording and like need to like do a big shoot or a studio shoot, whatever it might be. Those might get pushed a week or 2, but we discuss then at the ad sprint, what are we able to now edit and turn it into actual ads? And then on Thursdays, we review those ads that are in the final stages. And then Friday we upload.
Nice.
And the way the content pipeline's built is we might now have 70 to 100 ads that we're reviewing per week, but because we have a big pipeline in the amount we're spending, I only need to upload 20 to 30 of them, which then allows me to see how they perform over the weekend and then use the 20, 30 remaining and upload them on a Tuesday or Wednesday, right? And then give ads and I'm pretty aggressive, right? So I'll give ads 2 to 3 days. And if they're not picking up spend, they're not converting, I'll shut them down, upload it with the batch of ads that we're sitting on. And that's why it's important to have a pipeline.
Got it.
And before we scaled, we kind of reached a point where we had creative fatigue without content ready to like kind of get over that creative fatigue slump.
I think that one last caveat within that is that you don't get any bonus points for iterations. And you have to come to with
Fresh.
net new concepts.
Got it.
Not just like, hey, like let's change this headline.
Yeah.
No, it's like you need to come with like a good concept to add content. You need to come with multiple.
Got it.
And everyone gets their chance to like talk through the different types of ads that they want to have within that first meeting. But that first meeting sets the stage for everything else. And it's been one of the massive unlocks for the company.
And our head of content, like the last one we had yesterday, we were ideas are humming. It was very creative and fun. And our head of content had an idea saying like, why don't we all take a bet or pick the ad that we think will scale or win, right? Like which one are we all bullish on? Usually the one that we're all bullish on doesn't end up being the one that wins, but hey, one day maybe we'll get it right. So the way I was like, you know what, like I'll sponsor, like if anyone on our content team, the ad that they choose wins and scales, right? I'll cover their dinner for that day of the week.
Nice.
Right? Like
nice.
give them some incentive to like maybe like come with a better idea or incentivize them to edit a bit like better so that it could potentially win, but like kind of make it fun. I think is a big thing. And what Andrew said, avoid the iterations because ad fatigue's so quick. Meta tells you what they like and don't like.
Right.
Trying to just change a simple hook or the text or the color of the text isn't going to cut it.
Yeah.
It kind of has to be either net new idea or like a very net new iteration of a concept.
I love how fast you're turning these around too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Very quick.
incredible. Like we're talking
Yeah.
about some stuff's ready to go, within 48 hours, you
Yeah.
got stuff ready to rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. From ideation phase.
Mhm.
That's really cool. And then what you mentioned, so statics, right? What's your strategy for initially testing an angle? Like how do you go to market, so to speak, with a new angle? What format is that where the statics come into play for you?
And statics are very